One minute you're driving, the next, your world flips upside down. Literally. It's a surreal experience, one that you never think will happen to you until it does. The road ahead seems clear. Your mind is focused on getting home, and then, in a split second, everything changes. It was late, the kind of night where the air feels electric. The city was quiet, almost eerily so, with only the occasional car passing by. The streetlights cast long shadows on the wet pavement, creating a shimmering effect that was both beautiful and haunting. I was driving home, minding my business, when suddenly, headlights blinded me. It was as if the world had been reduced to those two glaring beams of light, and nothing else existed. My heart raced, and I could feel the adrenaline surging through my veins. I tried to swerve to avoid the inevitable, but it was too late. Bam! The impact was like a sledgehammer. Metal crunched, glass shattered, and time seemed to slow down. In that moment, I felt completely powerless, as if I were a mere spectator in my own life. The sound was deafening, a cacophony of destruction that seemed to go on forever. I remember the sound like 1,000 cymbals crashing together. It was a noise that seemed to pierce through my very soul, leaving an indelible mark on my memory. Even now, I can still hear it in my mind, a haunting reminder of that fateful night. My body was thrown around like a rag doll. The force of the collision was so intense that I felt as if I were weightless, completely at the mercy of the violent forces at play. My head hit the steering wheel and I could feel the sharp pain radiating through my skull. Pain shot through me, sharp and unforgiving. Then, silence. It was a silence that felt almost unnatural, as if the world had been put on pause. I could hear my own ragged breathing, the pounding of my heart, and nothing else. When I opened my eyes, I was upside down, hanging by the seatbelt. The world looked strange and disorienting from that angle, and it took me a moment to realize what had happened. My car was a twisted wreck and I was trapped inside. My car, a mangled mess around me. The dashboard was crushed, the windows shattered, and the smell of gasoline filled the air. It was a scene of utter devastation, and I couldn't believe that I had survived. Panic set in. Am I okay? Is anyone else hurt? My mind raced with questions, and I struggled to make sense of the situation. I could feel the blood trickling down my face, and the pain in my chest was almost unbearable. I needed to get out, but I didn't know how. Emergency services arrived like guardian angels, pulling me out and patching me up. Their faces were calm and reassuring, and their hands were steady as they worked to free me from the wreckage. I felt a sense of relief wash over me, knowing that I was in good hands. In the hospital, I had time to think. The sterile white walls and the constant beeping of the machines provided a stark contrast to the chaos of the accident. I replayed the events over and over in my mind, trying to understand how it had all gone so wrong. Life is fragile. One moment, you're cruising along, the next, you're in a fight for survival. It's a sobering thought, and one that I couldn't shake. I realized how easily everything could be taken away, and it made me appreciate the simple act of being alive. The crash changed me. It taught me to value every second, to appreciate the little things. The warmth of the sun on my face, the sound of birds singing, the laughter of friends and family. These were the moments that truly mattered. I vowed to never take them for granted again. Recovery was tough, but I wasn't alone. The physical pain was intense, and there were days when I felt like giving up. But I had a support system that kept me going, reminding me that I was stronger than I thought. Friends, family, even strangers offered support. Their kindness and encouragement were like a lifeline, pulling me through the darkest days. I realized that I was not alone in my struggle, and that gave me the strength to keep fighting. They became my lifeline. Their love and support were the anchors that kept me grounded, even when everything else felt like it was falling apart. I learned the true meaning of community and the power of human connection. Now, every time I get behind the wheel, I'm more careful, more aware. I no longer take driving for granted, and I understand the responsibility that comes with it. Every decision I make on the road is made with caution and mindfulness. Because that night, I learned that life can change in an instant. It's a lesson that I carry with me every day, a reminder to never become complacent. I am constantly aware of my surroundings, always anticipating the unexpected. So drive safe, cherish your loved ones, and never take a single moment for granted. Life is precious, and it's up to us to make the most of it. Hold your loved ones close, tell them how much they mean to you, and live each day with intention and gratitude. Until next time, stay safe out there. Remember, every journey is a gift, and every moment is an opportunity to create lasting memories. Take care and drive with your heart as well as your hands.